Hello everyone, my name is Robert Chen. I'm a student at San Francisco State University and I'm responding to Professor Wesch's presentation on the anthropology of YouTube. This is an assignment for my English class, so if you don't want to continue watching, press back. If not, I welcome you inside my dining room and just sit back, listen to what I have to say, and if you want, leave me some feedback or comments afterwards. So I just want to start off by saying how impressed and amazed by uh, the presentation, how it was able to break down the origin of YouTube, as well as um, emphasizing um, how prevalent YouTube is nowadays in our society. Um, you always hear about specific videos that are posted that gets so many hits, and it's just crazy that like anybody can make a video inside their homes, and then someone around the world can watch it, and not just that, but like millions of people can see you, and so YouTube has just become so phenomenal just because it's a platform that allows people to communicate, and not just communicate because I mean you have instant messaging, you have email, but communicate in a bigger scale environment, a big community where people can just interact with one another. And nowadays, where we've become more independent and everyone's more about individualism and whatnot, um, we still have a sense of wanting to feel part of a community, and YouTube allows us to do that, um, and allows us to conveniently do that. We just need a webcam, internet, and a computer. Um, our technology has advanced so much over the course of the years, that people have used YouTube as a medium now to um, share for political campaigning, as you saw with our recent election. And uh, yeah, it's just scary to think that so many people now uh, are able to use this platform to showcase themselves. And normally, you couldn't be able to do that, or for someone who isn't, who's afraid to speak in public places, now they could record themselves and then upload it and have the whole world finally hear what they have to say. And yeah, but I guess there's also a lot of critics about YouTube, um, or even just the internet in general, how now we've become so reliant on technology, which is true, but then you also have to take in consideration on how we live our lives now. Nowadays, everyone's even more busier than we were before 20 years ago. Back then, people were saying we shouldn't even spend time watching TV just because it's a waste of our time. Yet, TV was allowed us to escape reality for however much time you spent on watching TV, away from just regular life. And that's kind of like internet or YouTube because um, we kind of have this ability to go into this cyberspace, this realm, to communicate with one another without even having to leave our own homes. Um, that's kind of like people shopping on the internet, or just um, talking to friends, communicating. Um, so yes, um, we have become reliant on the internet, but it's because uh, it's just more convenient now in our busy schedules to uh, uh, to use it. I'd say I'm on the internet almost every day, and if I didn't have the internet, it would be difficult to keep up or keep in touch with people. Um, let's like with uh, McLuhan, our when he talked about us being dependent with the electrical world, you can see it now that we're dependent on the digital world. People rely on they even rely on YouTube as a source of information, um, which is a bad thing and a good thing. But um, YouTube, even though it allows anyone to post what they want to say, um, it it also allows people to upload false information, which if people were to see it might get confused and yeah, it might be influenced in a bad way. Um, YouTube, is it good? Is it bad? That's kind of like the morality of YouTube. Um, Postman, Neil Postman would say that would ask a bunch of questions about YouTube. I mean, if it answers Postman's morality questions, then I'm sure he would like YouTube. Uh, is it does it um, have like what extent does YouTube contribute to the development of rational thought? Well, obviously it allows people to express themselves on a more large scale than they normally would do. Um, it it does allow people to gain abundance of information, but at the same time, there people can misinterpret that as not meaningful information. I mean, if I go on YouTube, do I really want to watch a guy dance around? You'd say that's a waste of time. So why even have YouTube? But then at the same time, someone who's trying to um, showcase their talents by singing or dancing, they can record themselves and show the world their talent. And someone might say, "Hey, that's pretty cool. I'd like to like this guy deserves an opportunity," and YouTube's able to do that. So YouTube, like all man-made inventions, there's always a good thing and bad thing. Uh, Someone was saying um, it's like a knife. You could choose to use it as to cut bread, or if someone decides to use it to hurt someone with it. It really just depends on how the person uses um, technology. Obviously, people can um, abuse it, but also it's able to work in positive ways. As we saw in the presentation, that whole video about that guy with the free hug sign, uh, that was really sentimental, emotional video I had never seen before, but it really just uh, reinforced that how fast positive information could spread across the world. You had people in South America who were recording themselves